Happy, blessed Sunday. It is, of course, June 21st. I am Miss Marie, and this is Giving It To You Straight. Another great live, another blessed Sunday. Here we go. Make today amazing. Happy birthday to all my beautiful family in Cancer. May your day be full of bliss, joy, beauty, happiness all around you. More important, love. May that be the glue, the cohesive, and the incredible force behind our existence, love. May your day be full of happiness and may all your birthday wishes come true. Today, we start the kickoff, the season of Cancer. Of course, you are ruled by the moon, so be mindful of your emotions and pay attention to your intuition and the great energy that it brings, because your energy is all about home and family, and I love that. You're sensitive and your loyalty. Uh, and of course, caring and protecting with the sun in your house as well. There's no aspects happening right now, but when they are, I will bring that to your attention. Hello from France, my sweet, please. A reading about Kevin and who? And Nandi, me. Hey, excuse me, my English. Hey, Leah, 946. Give me a second. I just got in. All right. I want to begin with deep gratitude for each and every one of you, my family. I love you guys so much. And of course, this is a heart circle, kindred lineage, love circle. Okay. As we connect each and every time I'm here. So I thank you for the journey that you're on. And of course, I honor that. And may what we build here continue to nourish, uplift us, and expand us all. And of course, your support is felt and your energy matters to me. It is love, and I deeply, gratefully, humbly appreciate you. And this sacred space exists because of all I share intention. A moment of gratitude. Gratitude is the anchor that keeps you consistent emotionally, right? You hold that emotion in your heart. You think about a person, a place, something that you are grateful for, right? It begins with gratitude. Just a moment of gratitude to appreciate all the love that is already here and all the more love that is on its way. All right. Hey, G. Happy Cancer season. All right. Be careful to the sensitive energies around you. Yeah. And today's the day that you can bless your own path forward, new year, and blessing your heart. You don't have to wait for nobody to do that. You can do it yourself. All right. Uh, let's go ahead with a moment of gratitude. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Name a gift that you received that holds special meaning. All right. And just think about the person, the gift, what that means to you, how grateful you are. Special. It's got to be special. All right. Okay. So be grateful for those gifts. It might not be a big gift. It doesn't have to be. It could be anything, right? But that it's special from somebody special. Be grateful for that. Be grateful that you get to love and your soul is having a human experience. Your soul chose the human body to have its experience. So be thankful for that. And that gets a little bit arcane, gets a little mystical. So I'll be talking about your soul, how it chose this incarnation. I'll do that next week. So let's get started here, understanding a little deeper our connection to divinity, to our sun, right, to our cosmic energy, through the universal laws, how we connected to the divine oneness, to this field of intelligence, to this field of consciousness, and so to understand a little bit better. Thank you. Yes, wait, okay. I have the angels of abundance. I got a little what's the tea. We have a little balance here. We can, when we understand what spirituality is all about, a communion with you and the divine, something deeper that you will ever be able to understand, right? And understand as they explain the split, right? Unity expressing itself in this incarnation here. This is when you energy becomes real. So have the balance between sun and moon energy. But anyway, let's go to the angels of abundance. Really quick, I want to begin for the angel of abundance, overcoming lack, scarcity mindset. I do want to talk about when that devil energy comes out. It's very important for you to understand a part of you that you're trying to suppress. All right, and your shadow. Some parts of you want to be seen. All right, And they will show up. Let me see. Can I have a love oracle? Oh, you want a love oracle? All right. I'll go. I'll give you the rope. Oh, did I bring the romance angels? Oh, oldie but goodie. All right. This is all about the connecting to a higher field of intelligence. Whether you understand the high vibrational beneficial beings and parts of our another side of our nature, true nature, are angels. All right, and understanding that the archetypes, just understanding a little bit. I want you to get a little deeper. I don't want you to stay a little. We're gonna get out of the mundane energy. Let's go ahead, Cancer. Cancer, I'm gonna hit you up with a little bit of angels of abundance energy as we tap into the great powerful divine spirit of orders, the true Christ consciousness, the unconditional love, with oneness with all and all with everything. Savings, Cancer. All right. As you consistently save for your future is saved. So you do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside your present funds. This is part of your self care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. Okay, Cancer? Savings, Cancer, savings. All right. Get into a good routine. And we all are overcoming obstacles. This is just for the collective. Obstacles and blocks are being lifted. Guys, there's not a desire, a blessing that is not yours already. All right, that hasn't been manifested. You're healthy, you're pure, you're abundant. There's a reality exists where all these things are happening, and in order for them to come to form, into unison, all you have to do is acknowledge it. Right, you realize them into the physical. All right, into the physical forms. And so understanding the power that you have, and yeah. So anyway, they are overcoming, and obstacles and blocks are being lifted, and understanding the cards in the reverse, because there are aspects that happen, transits that happen, that these cards come out in reverse because of those things that are happening, and a lot of times you think it is something bad going on. No, it's just a block, or delay, or it is asking you to do something. Okay, so just to understand a little bit deeper here. Hi. Did you ask Phil after wishing him a happy birthday? How did he feel? Hey, Ryson. Good morning. Divine morning to you. I am doing all right, guys. Let's get a little bit of angel energy as we get into the new week. All right. We got to set that frequency really, really high. Get in a real high vibration. We're going to start off the week like that. Anyway, Cancer, you got savings. Let's go ahead to your question. Let me find my romance angels. I thought I put them up here. Uh, Let me find. There they go. We're gonna tap into this energy, this intelligence field. I mean, the difference between an ordinary person and a spiritual adept person is that of course, the latter. We have a Taurus field, this energy field. It gets activated at the sacred geometrical right structures that makes it available for us to access high states of course consciousness, what we call magic. Magic is the mother of eternity, so we tap into that field, right? And so for the, like when you understand the keys in your body, the transmutation and translating the alchemical. When you learn how to transmute energy, it's off the chain. It's off the chain. So anyway, let's get into your question. G, don't know what to ask, but I can make a request. Quick 3 cards for me, please, Miss Marie. I will reassure, I will treasure it as my birthday gift. Let's go ahead. It is your birthday gift. Aaliyah, let me take G. It is Cancer's energy. We have sun. We have nothing is really happening at the moment because the sun went in there. But maybe by tomorrow I have some reports to do. All right, for you guys. All right, I'll give you guys a birthday seasonal kind of, you know a Cancer season energy, so you can be aware what's gonna happen. All right, like a little forecast. Well, what we do basically do is get a snapshots. All right, I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna give you 3 cards. I don't know exactly the energy around you, but I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of times, more than not, the cards are asking you to reflect. And so, according to what you get, I'm gonna give you something to reflect. All right. Because today I want to talk about boundary challenge. Why are we boundary challenge? Why people that you mostly love hurt you? All right. People that hurt you, that love you, are supposed to love you. I want to talk about commitment, and the last part I want to talk about what being straightforward. But why we are boundary challenge? All right. Why? There could be many reasons. So to understand yourself, I want you to really expand your consciousness, raise awareness, because when it comes to love and optimism, right? Love basically really sits at the center of the most optimistic human emotions. All right, uncovering some parts of you. All right, not the idealized version of love that ignores reality, but the one that chooses openness even after disappointment. So we got to really understand why we always give these chances. All right, have chance after chance. That's why love can feel risky at the same time. All right. So once you be mindful of love. Okay, I know what this is happening. My bottom line is you got to help people that are not aware. All right, you learn and then you teach. It's just that simple. We pass information. All right. Let's go ahead. G, are you here? You're welcome. Smite. What's this? Aaliyah. Aaliyah was first. Aaliyah, I know. Don't let's fix that frown. It's gonna be all right. Okay. Even when there's no guarantee, right, guys? You know that, and that's one of the things about hope that sits in every emotion. We don't ignore reality, but optimism with our love can become just wishful thinking, right? But love gives optimism roots. All right, it becomes trust in the connection. Let's go ahead, G. And this is why we stay. Why you stay? People say, why you stay? Because I have hope. But we got to be mindful. Hope without faith, all right, has no power. Okay, put it above your feelings. Release that, and let your higher self, or if you're connecting to any archetype, any angel, however you understand divinity, all right, the unseen life force, the sacred unseen, this vast of consciousness. So yet we can yet see in its edges. Let's go ahead. G, you have the Knight of Wands. Oh, you got the Knight of Wands. They tell you to. Oh, so you got the Sun. So it's not gonna happen now. You have Mercury here. So I don't know if you're feeling here. All right, the fire. So you have the Sun in your house. So you're gonna see this a lot, and this is telling you to go ahead. It's telling you to go ahead and make that move, to go take action. There's something that you want here. I don't know if it's a job. You see how it's pointing? All right. So look, but discernment is needed at the same time. Okay. Look at this. You come out with a lot of masculine energy, but in the middle is this feminine energy, right? Is your connection to here. This is where your energy becomes real when you ground. So what are you doing? So listen, this is using your discernment, right? Because he got to understand wisdom. He could go and move forward whatever he wants, but he got to take wisdom. All right. So growing in that. So what it is that you want to do here, because it's saying go after what you want. I don't know if it's a new job. I don't know if you feel like if you're afraid of rejection. All right. So reflecting on, I will reflect more on the, because I don't know if you ask for something, but whatever you ask for, it is coming. It is telling you this is the time, or you might be feeling inspired to take action. But here is the problem, the challenge here. All right. Or I don't know if it's communication. I don't know if it's or just enjoy the enthusiasm, the moment. I do afraid. Yeah, you're afraid of rejection. You're afraid of. There's a fear of abandonment. All right. I don't know if you pursue. I don't know if you think you're waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. This is what happens when we wait. We wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. All right. So what are your fears? So facing your fears and facing your fears of abandonment, rejection, but more importantly, seeking help. What when look, because we could look at this church, or we could look at these people, right? Helping the poor or doing something in your community, whatever it is, right? But when we look at that, if you do you understand really? Do you understand really what spirituality is about? Oh boy. Do you understand what I want you to see? Do you understand what spirituality is about? Your connection to the divine. All right, because it's something that you want to do. They want you to move forward, but they want you to take him. All right, because so it's a really good balance here between your youthful, your youth, because we go from childhood innocence. The pages are not here; they consider childhood innocence, and then we deal with our youthful indiscretions. All right, and so a lot of us we want people to encourage us, to lead us. Right, we need mentors, guides. Who is your support system? All right. So what it's asking you is something that you want to do here, because you ask. It's like you asked for this, and you're gonna get more intense because this is a very intense energy, and of course Leo. I mean Leo. Well, you got Venus in Leo, all right, and then you have the Sun, and you have Mercury, which resonates with this energy and what's happening right now in your fourth house, all right. So the Knight of Wands is someone that's intense, and it could be something that's coming for you. All right. So at the end of the day, we're gonna keep this energy here because during your birthday, it's blessings and opportunities that are coming in. All right. The King of Swords, he goes between heart and mind. All right, between logic and emotion. All right. You don't have to leave emotions out of it. All right. You could have a little heart and mind coherence when all three parts, when your power, your personal power, all right, your emotions. I didn't see no cups there, and your innocence, your childhood, everything has to agree. You understand me? So, but anyway, as far as your life opportunities, this is saying enjoy the fire, but don't let it burn your stability. All right, because here we go. I'm gonna give it to you that even you could make sense of this however you want to make sense of it. All right, I want you to just look at the energy, enjoy the fire. All right, but don't let it burn your stability at the end of the day, because you could expect here sudden opportunities or an invitation. There's a travel. There's a lot of movement here. All right, but you are pushed here. You're gonna be pushed here to take a risk that you've been hesitating. All right, and this might happen in a. This might happen. Well, we got Mercury going retrograde in 9 days, so you might want to do it before that because we right now in the shadow, in the pre-shadow period. So on the by the 29th, all right, things are gonna start slowing down. So if I was you, we got a week. We got a couple of days to a week. All right, but don't let this movement, all right, take your intellect at the same time. Use your discernment because this is what the sword is given. All right, this sword is only intended to help you align with the divine truth and make choices based on knowing. All right, and so no more overthinking. All right, just move, but the shadow side here, the Knight of Wands can also bring inconsistency, and this goes with this. All right, starting something and not finishing, and someone who comes in and then disappears. All right, life says you wanted it, here it comes. All right, so step in, take courage. All right, take action instead of fear, and trust in your instincts. And what else? All right, but stay aware. They want you to stay aware here, okay, this week. But it looks beautiful because this is what exactly what's happening in your. All right, no more fear. Go move with fear like the fool. He moves with fear. All right, you don't have no karma. You don't have nothing to worry about. All right, and you don't have no baggage here. All right, and so whatever it is, even if you're trying to do something in your community again, all right, it's okay. Because this energy here, it's good with trying to the balance here, reciprocity, giving and receiving. It's good for us to try to save the world. We can just say not one person alone can save the world. All right, so don't feel bad about the things, or whatever it is that you're feeling. There could be some kind of guilt here about feeling like I have more than others or others have more than me. But a life, to have really really balanced in life, it's about savoring the life as well. It's not all about saving people. It's all about savoring at the same time. That's how you have real balance. Okay. Don't feel guilty. All you can do is pray, help as much as you can. But in life, you're told to move forward, to take action, and to just enjoy life. So if you see opportunities, take them, and then we can help. How we keep momentum in this world here, how we add more momentum to our life. We help ourselves, and then if we see somebody struggling, we help them as we move forward. Right? This is how it works down here. All right. So that's your message for you. But I really want you to do a reflection on this night of ones. All right, especially over the next month, because the sun is there, okay? And the sun is all about the heart, confidence, leadership, and have leadership in your feelings. All right, there's opportunity, there's invitation, there's travel, there's movement. When you talk about the universe providing for your needs, okay, provision, there's healthy, just being healthy in love, being healthy, your body, physically. You don't have to take long trips. All right, so what it is that you're dealing with. All right, so happy Father's Day. Today's Father's Day? Oh, sweat. Happy Father's Day, guys. Oh, wow. Okay. So at the end of the day, what usually means here at the end of the day for you, all right, energy is unstoppable. There's momentum. And of course, someone or something may be approaching you, all right, with confidence, deciding a strong, this is basically a strong urge to act now, not later, all right? It's not slow. It's not a cautious energy. It's impulsive, exciting, and a little unpredictable, all right? And if you didn't ask me what do you want, but you said about love, that's flirty, that's passionate, that's magnetic. I know what I want, right? But I might not stay long. I could feel like a spark, like a whirlwind, or even a rush connection. This is not always. It's not always long term energy. It's intense. It's in the moment, and it's of course it's not necessarily grounded. All right, so you get ready. You ask for it, but at the end of the day, enter this. Move forward with confidence. This is your month to shine. All right, this is it, baby. This energy is all yours. Lead with your heart. All right, make those bold move. All right, say yes. Say yes to life more often. The fear, you move with fear. Fear warns you. Fear protects you. All right, fear is your alarm system. When fear calls you, it's another part of you. It's another part of you. You got to understand that fear is actually helping you, but we don't understand it. We get crippled by it. Okay. Anyway, that is your message. I hope that helped you. I hope. And listen, and if it is money, because Cancer, this is the card that I gave Cancer. Savings. As you consistently save some of your future is safe. All right. I don't know if you open in a bank account. There's something that just say $20, $10. You put it away. Um, just a little saving for your future. So pay yourself first. Why paying yourself first means you put some money away. That's how you pay yourself first. It's not like you get paid. People, I think they misunderstand that. I know I did at some point. You don't go and buy stuff for yourself. You put some money away. Blah, blah, blah. No, don't do that. Pay yourself first. You take some of your money and you put it away safely. All right? And anyway, that's it. I see you soon. Happy birthday to come. Let me move forward. I'm gonna take a quick break. I forgot my pillow, y'all. My back. You're welcome, sweetie. You're welcome. So, this is the time to step into your fullness, your potential. This is the time. Oh, you do? Just $10. I don't care if you don't have enough, just save enough, because this is what we have to overcome. I really want to explain that card, and I'm gonna do it after I say you want to stay around, because I want you to understand a little bit about uh you know the dark part of you that you don't want to see. All right, and about scarcity and the lack of the lack of not taking care of money, because money's been demonized as evil. All right, so you really got to understand some things, all right, and how you could overcome and set some really really high vibrations, really really high, get in a real high frequency. And as you start to, especially if you have problems with manifestations, but I'm gonna explain that. But before I explain that, I'm gonna take a quick break. Hey Ali, I'm gonna take you now. Give me as soon as I come back, I'm gonna take Aaliyah, and I'm gonna discuss about why we have a problem taking care of money. Okay, most of the time, risk adverse people, we are told not to take care of money. The money is the root of all evil. All right, so there is a misconception, there is a preconception about what you don't know. But once you start learning a little bit and understanding religion, all right, the container, all right, because God lives in you, in your heart, all right. So let me go. Okay, find my sandal. All right, this chair's a little tougher. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I'll be right back for Aaliyah and yep. Uh, da, 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 da. Wait a minute. All right, let me go with Aaliyah. Da, 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 da. Okay. Uh-oh, I gotta plug on my. Please love Oracle, Kevin and me. No, I'm gonna give you this. Do you want this or not? I'm not using the love Oracle. I'm working with the angels. You gotta understand that. All right. Different days, different energy. Period. Do you want it or not? Before I move, because I want to talk about scarcity mindset. Okay. This is an angels of abundance energy. Of course, we watch the tea. All right. Let's go ahead. It's an oldie but a goodie. Okay. It's not so much what's in here. Look at symbolism as well. All right. So don't put me in a category with other readers. Okay. That's not where we at. I think you should know that. All right. And when we look at a religion, as I shuffle these cards, religion gives you a form. You fill it out. Spirituality gives you a feeling, right? And so the difference between spirituality and for those of you that are soaked behind the ears, that you might not want to hear this. All right. We always have religion anyway at the end of the day. And religion is about which is better. It's about structure versus direct experience. All right. Religion is the container. Spirituality is the experience inside that container. Okay. So when you break down the spirituality and you express an experience with the divine, the sacred, unseen, when nobody has seen this incredible force, all right, that we all connected to this field of intelligence, quantum, however you understand uh, spirituality in your life and your direct connection to the sacred, divine, and the universe, or your higher self. All right. We put faces in things that are abstract that we cannot understand. Okay, just so we could, because here your soul is having a human experience. Your soul chose to have this human experience. Your soul could have chose anything else, but it decided on the human experience. Okay, and I know it's hard for you guys to understand that because when you have a mystical experience, conscious and awareness, it doesn't require a formal or institution. All right, you can be spiritually in tune, connected to something deeper than your ego without belonging to a temple, church, or a doctrine. Okay, and I do know about doctrines. With that being said, let's step into your energy. All right. What is my direct experience? Okay. Religion is instruction is communal. It includes organization, just like you see, belief system, sacred trust, texts, rituals, tradition, moral codes. All right. Priests and stuff like that. All right. Rabbis. Religion asks you what has been revealed, what has been taught to you, what has been preserved by traditions. All right. So you got to understand the difference when you step in here. Right. Religion tells you here's the path. Spirituality says walk and you see. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead. Aaliyah, you still asking me for the red cards? I'm giving you. This is what I'm working with. Listen, you're gonna throw my energy off, and I'm sorry. I can't give you no energy. Sorry. You're set on something, and that's not where I'm at. You have to respect that. I'm gonna get out of your energy. All right. If anybody else has a question, I can't deal with certain energies today. Okay, that's not where I'm at. This is what I'm dealing. This is the field I'm connected to. Okay, so right, and when we look at the very very stories here, because I'm telling you that I'm not working with that. You still telling me the red cards that you don't understand. All right, I'm not with that energy. I am not with that energy. Okay. And what we understand, Jesus does not defend religion. In fact, he was very anti-religion. All right, he was much more about internal awareness and development rather than following external rules and regulation. All right, so if you go look into it, you'll understand a little bit. All right, religious people of the time of the world see just as you see him. They see him as the devil because he came to challenge their beliefs. Okay, he was, and of course, he was threatening. He was a threat to them. Okay, so when you, I mean, it's in the story. Okay, because we all light, we want to go back to dark, and because we all dark, we want to go back to light. And unity, polarity, created duality. So we got to understand to make them come to some kind of agreement. Yeah, when you told me angel card, I said yes, and red card, my English. Oh, all right, because you're telling me red card. Don't put nothing else. You don't have to put nothing else because I can feel your energy from here. All right, remember we are connected to this incredible feel that it's hard for us to understand the capacity of dimensions. All right, so when we look at these, we look at dimensions of existence within this same space here. All right, so you really got to educate yourself. That's what I'm trying to do when you guys come in here. Okay, so be mindful at least. Don't put nothing else. Okay, and understand, our society and our culture has been based with survival and that idea that you must work so hard to get something, but actually you don't always have to get something. Okay, money, we put so much money on the value on the money. The value is on you. All right. Okay, I know you was waiting, but when you said red, don't put nothing else. All right, let me tap back in. All right. So anyway, society, one thing about society takes away all the magic. We trap between dogma and science. Anything else in between is kooky, okay? It's crazy, okay? You could create the reality that you want to create, how to create it on an individual level, how to create your heaven on earth, all right? And so when you start perceiving your perception and what your concerns are, will you be intentional, right? How can you become more in tune with the high vibrations of the universe, right? How can you start harmonizing? Because of course, the heavens already created the tools, all right? And this is in a lot of the sacred texts, but if you don't understand them, right? Uh, we got to leave this concept behind, leaving the planet to go to heaven, all right? Period. We spiritual cosmic and we start getting organized, all right? Let's go ahead. So we look at a lot of the ancient cultures and we start to understand some things, all right? Let's go ahead. And I'm going to continue to talk about culture, society, and a little bit about your cosmic spirit, all right? One more. Aaliyah, what was your question when you told me, okay, let's leave that alone. Let's go into the angels. Nice and calm. Please, love Oracle. Hey, Michael. Thank you, Michael. Happy Father's Day to all my fellas. McCray, what McCray said, can you do my reading? Hey, McCray. Yes, go ahead. Ask your question. Waiting on here. Okay. All right. She starts getting worried. Don't start getting worried. I don't even know where to go. Put your question again. Go ahead and put your question again. Okay. Baby, baby, baby. Okay. We look at the Milky Way, we look at the Euphrates and the Tigris. I don't want to get into all that energy because we understand the logics of quantum realm that teach you that the mind is not linear. It's not like a line. It doesn't follow. It's not an expected order sequence, right? So when you start to go into the middle to the microcosm, you have to stop at the middle and become the whole. All right, and so you understand that how your body is moving your cells, all the energy all around you. So you got to understand. What about Kevin and you? Okay, hey Smarty, how did S feel after I wished him a happy birthday? I'll find out in a minute. I'm gonna go. My crew was here. All right, and listen, when you look at our planets, what they basically symbolize different dimensions of you. And when people talk about the cosmic spirit, they're after referring to uh the sun's essence, right? The core, the moon, the emotional nature, the outer planets, Neptune, Pluto, spiritual and transformative layers. All right. So you aren't just energy; you're a whole solar system. Okay. And so while you've been activating, you sometimes you guys are activating Pluto transformation. I know for sure. What was her name? Miss Gerda, Lady Firefox. Lady Firefox, was it? She was activating Pluto, and a lot of us. I'm activating, of course, Saturn. Right? You got to understand why you're activating and what is in train. What is training you right now? All right, let's go ahead. One more. So absolutely, we are cosmic spirit, heavenly bodies, because you are literally made of the elements forged in the stars, the carbon in your body, the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood. Okay, those were created in ancient stellar explosions long before the sun existed. So in that sense, you are cosmic matter rearranged. You're not separated from the universe. You are a localized expression of it, and this is welcome. Thank you. Here we go. Gravitation, of course, and the gravitational too, right? Because the moon affect our tides, its subtle effects, biological rhythms. Your body runs on cycles, circadian, hormonal, seasonals, which are tied to planetary motions. You live inside the cosmic system, and when you start to understand, you bug out. Let's go ahead, Aaliyah. So, one more, one more. One more. And thank you. All right, Aaliyah. We are ready. You got to give your relationship a chance. And it's gonna happen very soon. My energy here is straightforward. I don't have to go around in circle. I don't have to do that. All right? I don't have to go around and around. So what's happening here? Okay? What is happening with you? Let's see what kind of energy you get. And with that, I'm gonna get into, because there's so much that I like to discuss, especially about culture, society, religion versus your own experiences with the divine. All right, and you can put whatever you want on it. I don't care if you put a rock. You can put a rock. You could color it. All right, but it's mystery. Mother Nature doesn't give her secrets away just like that. All right, so just let yourself flow, connect. Act, harmonize. All right. Take risks. All right. Because a lot of us, we don't. Because, of course, religion can have the money leaders. All right. Money is not just a paper's value. All right. And so the way you understand. So I'm going to continue to talk about that and reluctant and risk adverse people. Little spirituality. Let's go ahead, Aaliyah. Uh, as I'm moving energy round and round we go. We were about to marry last year, and he broke. Then he started to have discussion 1 month ago, and then he disappear and come back and forth. I and they thought you're waiting on him to see him. That breaks my heart. I know what you're going through. All right, is this person worth your surrender? Okay, is this person worth your surrender? I think that he doesn't feel safe in like, why is he doing that? And does he love you? All right, you want to give the chance. All right, it could be finances. All right, I'm gonna pull one more card, and at the end of the day, if this could be religious, all right, but sometimes that money, finances, or your religion, your beliefs, right, whatever your belief systems are, all right. So I do feel bad when I see this, but you have to go through it because one thing about tension, that's attention goes into fate, and fate shows you a pattern. And you'll repeat it, but if you can repeat it from a high level of consciousness, when you get the strength, this is when you start seeing things differently, okay? We were told to hold so much grief, and we could stomach so much grief, all right? But your animal doesn't feel safe. Your instincts will tell you, your body will tell you, all right? So how you feeling right now, all right? And I'll talk a little bit about why we boundary challenge, and so that energy, especially, is usually not that people don't care about boundaries. Is that we learn patterns. We we experience life through contrast, through differences. All right, this is how we're able to know what we like, and our standards start to show. But and they do, and you don't pay attention to them. All right, it's not an expectation on somebody. It's just, you understand me. So your thing, my dear madam, he is back very soon. Yeah, you know he's back. You know he's gonna come back. You know he's coming back. All right, that's the second card. All right, it could be finances, career. They're asking you to free yourself. That was the third card, and then you got religious factors. All right, so this is it. You see it. You don't have to ask me that. You see it there. You want to see that. Let me go push this down. All right, you want to see that. You're happy to see that, right? So anyway, I'm gonna continue to talk about, because before I pull the tarot for you, all right, I'm gonna give you the outcome here. I'm gonna give you an outcome, all right. But then we gotta look at eclipses, and of course we have a lot of retrogrades happening, all right. And understand, I'm gonna do the lineup every Tuesday. I'm gonna come and talk about just planetary ascensions, transits, what's happening, so you can become a little bit more aware. So you just become a little bit more aware. Oh, this is why that happened, and then you can match it to a time when something happened or was revealed to you, or you had a karmic. Sometimes we are what's happening for a lot of us, which is scary. If we around people, we experience their karma. So you got to be careful, and I'm gonna explain that. You could recall a place when I know in May, a couple of May, we had this. I think it was a solar eclipse, and a little bit after that, something happened, and you got to pay attention to when you pay attention to it. Those that don't want to learn, you just want, oh, I got to know now. At least take once a week and learn. Once a week, that's it. I know it's boring. I know it's boring. Because it's a lot, but I'm gonna try to simplify as much as I can. All right. But anyway, the reasons why we abandon each challenge, because people pleasing, wanting approval, acceptance, and or harmony. We want harmony. All right, and that can make it hard to say no to people. All right, we got again, fear of rejection or abandonment. All right, a person may worry that setting limits will push others away. All right, childhood conditioning. Okay, if healthy boundaries weren't in model growing up, some may not know what they look like. Guilt and responsibility, feeling responsible for others, people's emotions or problems, low self worth, but living their needs are less important than everyone else's. Conflict avoidance, we don't want that one. That's the one, huh? You know, because a lot of time we see disagreements as dangerous or uncomfortable. All right, so we don't want to deal with that. But at some point, we got to stand up for ourselves. We got to stop avoiding conflict. It's gonna happen when you don't set those boundaries, and we don't understand them, right? Because we see conflict avoidance, right, as dangerous. All right, we see those disagreements, man. I don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't want them to, and I get it. All right. So at the end of the day, we look at the codependent patterns. defining self-worth to taking care of others and rescuing others. All right. Lack of self-awareness, like right now. Not recognizing their own needs, limits, and emotional signals. All right. So when we look at here from this perspective, the struggles that shows up a lot, and the cars, I see it here all the time. When we have boundary struggles, they often show up in the strength. Okay, it shows up in the justice and in the Seven of Wands and in the Queen of Pentacles, by the way. All right, and that is all about learning calm, steady self-respect, standing your ground, balance and fairness and accountability, valuing your own well-being and resources. All right. So when you think about boundaries, it's not controlling someone else's behavior. It's deciding what you will and will not participate and accept, all right, or give your energy to. Healthy boundaries allow compassion and connection without sacrificing your own needs, values, and your peace of mind. All right. Woo. So let's go ahead. Alia, you still here? So just that'll give you something to think about. Because I always say we boundary challenge, we boundary challenge, we boundary challenge. Why the hell are we? All right. The next person, come on in with your question, and in that I'm gonna talk a little bit about people that hurt you. Do they really mean it? Because I don't think nobody. We gotta stop letting people feed our mind with all the nonsense. When we look at the psychological, all right, we got to look at life a little deeper. We got to expand the frame. You know, we got Jupiter, we got Saturn's energy. We're looking at those slow moving planets, the outer planets, all right, and where are they, all right, giving us the discipline that we need and the expansion of and the higher consciousness, the awareness, all right. We take it. We don't answer the call. Damn it, answer it. You got it in you. You know, we get downloaded with so much information, right? We have major aha moments, lightning fast access to higher information and wisdom, and you don't pay attention to it. You don't pay attention to it. You don't think you're smart enough, but no, yes, you are. All right, just pay a little close attention. All right. The most important. How can you help me with my intuition? Absolutely incredible. You're gonna learn one quick thing, and it's gonna flow from there. Sorry, I mean, can you show me the cards? Yes. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. You want me to show you these? All right. I didn't even read it. I didn't read it because it's about decisions. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. All right. It could be your energy, their energy. All right. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Okay. And I'll be talking about that as well. All right. Because the first finding common ground is for one of the first steps, right? In resolving disagreements, right? Because it helps you bridge and understanding the gaps, even if you don't completely agree, right? Even if an agreement isn't reached, finding shared interest can lead you to what? Feeling less opposition. I see it here with the Seven of Wands. Okay, and a greater willingness to do what? To find compromise. All right, finding the middle ground, acknowledging your shared beliefs because we have religion here. All right, or your interest. You're gonna build right trust there and comfort. All right, which is gonna strengthen your overall relationship. This process is gonna help you break the ice. All right, and create a more comfortable what atmosphere for you for teamwork, connection. Let's go ahead. I gotta get you out of here because you feel like you're so desperate. Because you're so tired, I think, to me at the same time. All right? Evil AI algorithm saying my soulmate is incoming. Can you tell me? This is what happens when we listen. This stop listening. Everything that you hear out there is not. You gotta pay attention. And AI is not evil. It could help you. All right? Remember, it could be wrong. We are basically downloading. All right? I know you're tired. I know. I could feel you from here, and I have to get you out of here. Let me get you out of here. One more. I am so sorry that you're going through this, but at the end of the day, you're gonna learn a more general lesson anyway. All right, nothing was popping out. All right, let me give you a quick snapshot. The outcome here for Aaliyah. One more. One more. But I honor the journey that you're on and what you know, to come in and get truth, right? Six of Swords, Eight of Wands in reverse. They might leave again. And Seven of Swords and the This is what you're looking for. This is the card that promises here. One thing I like looking at the Ace of Cups because it's a new beginning. It's no karma here. It's not tied to nothing. These are all they are not potential. They are opportunities to reconnect with your person, right? So they come back because this move. Look. This is what happens. You carry the lessons with you, right? You carry them with you because they don't they pointing they upright, but they are pointing out to the vessel. They hurt. But you're not leaving. You're taking all this with you, all these burdens, right? All the pain, all the healing. You got your future, right? The innocence, and then you got the bone. You know how to move forward, but then you know what happened. Look, we are carrying those swords again. All right. So they might be avoiding difficult conversations, and so expect them to come back. This is a quick meeting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave it there with the Ace of Cups. It didn't come out. That's not the first one that I wanted to get, but yeah, they'll come back. They're gonna drop in at night. They might come in. Well, we got the healing happening. You're gonna go on to this until at least Mercury is in Aquarius. Right now, it is in Cancer. All right, and that's gonna be bringing healing to the relationship. But I don't know because then you got the Eight of Wands. You know, they want me now, they want me later. It's gonna be a lot of back and forth. You're gonna get tired because when Mercury goes in Aquarius, that's when things start getting. That's maybe when you free yourself because you're almost there. You got 6, 7, and 8. All right, moving through healing, moving with this person. Yeah, a lot of times it happens. Of course, I know you love the Ace of Cups. A lot of times the Ace of Cups doesn't mean that it's over. It says you're moving with the relationship. All right, the swords are there. They are traveling with you. All right, that a lot of times doesn't mean that. It's not until later on when they continue to try they sneakiness, trying to come in and out of your life, and then after it's just a matter of time. Then once you start be feeling trapped because now you got a lot of structure, right, and no purpose. All right, you make a happy home with a person. You're gonna continue with this. You're gonna take this, or you're gonna write this all the way out until we have. Well, Mercury's going retrograde, but until Mercury, this is a Six of Swords for me. It's astrological, for my understanding. It is a Aquarian energy. Okay, so good luck. All right. Once you understand them, listen. The most thing that you're gonna do is break and learn, and you're gonna be like, oh, so that's why I went that long with that person. All right, it's gonna give you an opportunity to deal with it. We could hold a man of grief, and you get tired. Oh, you get tired. All right, you're gonna move with this person, absolutely, and then they're gonna do the same thing. And then when these transits happen, and of course, Aquarian, a healthy mind kicks in. You're not tolerating no more. No, no, no. But because you still have hope for the future now in the month of June. Okay, when you start understanding the transits, then you start decoding. It takes a lot of precision. It takes a lot. It takes a strong mind. All right. No, it's not over. No, but you'll get tired. You're almost there. You ain't there yet. All right. And this is why we boundary challenge because hope. And one of the things that that virtuous circle of life. And then when you come back in here, when it comes to acting with integrity, when it comes to love, be honest about your feelings. Have the conversation. What are your needs? What are your boundaries? Don't stay in a relationship out of guilt, fear, or habit. All right. So make choices that honor both you and your person's heart. All right, use your discernment clearly. All right, the energy is rising. All right, speak clearly, act clearly, and communicate. Act with integrity because the swords are not wielding. All right, the swords are wisely. They're not violent. All right. So act with integrity, truthfulness, speak. All right, get in alignment with your values. Make decisions that reflect your personal ethics, your principle, and your higher calling. Okay, even if it's hard and uncomfortable, you're not gonna do that now. You'll get there. Okay, but as we understand about hope, hope we know that there's something still good. That something that good can unfold despite of the uncertainty. It doesn't mean pretending everything's perfect. It's not closing the door on what could still unfold. But damn, at some point we gotta be smart. All right. So anyway, so there goes the divine puts something new in your hand. All right, it's something new happens for you. So congratulations, and you might say like that. Some people say like that for a long, long time. All right, and I will discuss that Six of Swords. because that's the theme in Cancer's house. We go from the mental overload, the mental intellect, all right, the heaviness of the intellect, and we go in and we bring all that beautiful energy into the beautiful fourth house, right? Healing the home, the relationships. All right, pray for discussions. He says yes, he says no, he says wait. All right, yeah, it's a lot of back and forth. So he could be hiding something, okay? And with the seven of swords, all right, what is your person doing? Right? What is your person doing with the seven of swords? It's just it's obvious at this point. But I will be discussing the seven of swords maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll discuss that whole card again. We're gonna go into that card really, really heavy. Okay. So let's go ahead. Because listen, if my top priority is if I really really value honesty, I'm not gonna hold on to what I feel. I'm gonna be honest about my feelings. I'm not gonna try to get away, this is the card of getting away with something, sneaking, right? Trying to be sneaking, trying to do something, trying to take shortcuts here, all right? So anyway, businessman, all right? It doesn't matter. I don't care if he's a businessman. That don't mean nothing. That he got a title, he got a title, and who cares? All right? You have me hope. You hope he's gonna come for a discussion. This is what you have to. This is what you have learn how to have a healthy expression. All right, and a standard is not an expectation and a demand on somebody. You don't make demands and you don't start making ultimatums. The standard is they show up, they behave, they stay consistent. Their words match their actions. It's not an expectation. I see it here with that. I see it here all the time. I got all these expectations. Please don't do that. All right? Okay. So I'm gonna take another quick break. Who's the next person? All right. That's what keep that light in the heart. All right. Our hope, love, and especially when we understand when love, because love really does sit at the center of the most optimistic human emotion, okay? And optimism without love can become just wishful thinking, but love gets optimism its roots and becomes trust in connection and possibility and growth and in repair, all right? That's why even the small acts of care can feel so powerful. They quietly reset how we interpret the world. Okay, when love is present, the mind tends to soften its grip on fear. All right, not because fear disappears, but because something else becomes louder. All right, and emotion is loud, but love is what holds. That when you love somebody, you really, really, really give them space. You try to take care of them. You call them. You make sure they're okay. But it's gradually. It's accumulative. It doesn't happen in one big bang. You don't confuse intensity for love. All right. So, but it takes patience. Yeah. Love is calm. Love is quiet. Love is accumulative. Love is joy. All right. But we can all stay in the energy. No, 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 no. Because we got polarity. All right. We got another side of us that one, if it's not coherent of the other one, and then your body doesn't want to move, nah, I'll just stay here, so it becomes a little complicated. All right, so just build trust and how to strengthen your relationships. What I'm going to talk about next, I'm going to talk about hurting people, white people that love you, that say they love you. Why the heck do they hurt you, right? Because we want to know that. I wanted this to be a channel, not only a channel, but a portal from which we can get a glimpse, a promise of the future, of course, led by trillions of stars. God is going to speed things up for us, but we have to learn how to set intentions, create ripples, connect to the universe, put some faith above your feelings. All right, learn how to live by faith, not the ups and downs of our emotions. It's very dangerous when we act on when we act on what we feel. Oh, it feels good. Love, of course, that's a Venus energy, romance. Love that feels good, but love with accountability, responsibility is a whole nother level. We want it when it feel good, because Venus do give you that, all right? And it's giving it to you in Leo's house. But boy, oh boy, when Venus get done, when Venus goes up in the seventh house, oh baby, it's a whole nother world. All right. This is intensity, boy. I want it now. Ooh, we. All right, let me see. Should I keep investing in Dan? Hey, Rachel Francis. Will I be? Hey, will I be next? Yes. Who was before you? Was this a guy? There was a guy here. Yes, Miley. Did you come yesterday? And then let me see, Rachel. Rachel, when you came, I haven't seen Rachel. Man, I forgot to get my pillow. Guys, give me a break. My back is hurting. Ooh, wee. Hold on a minute. Should I keep investing? Yeah, we'll find out. I have been here since. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Don't worry about listen. It's okay. Look, we gotta laugh. Sometimes we gotta laugh. Man, we invest so much because of this hope. This hope. Man, hope keeps us here, man. Oh man, I so say, you know what? You're gonna go back down there. We're gonna go have the human experience again, okay? And to really understand our human experience, right? I want to talk about a lot of things so you can start unraveling something, understanding yourself deeper. Been here a short time. All right, so let me take Smiley. But there was a guy that was here. Where did he go? I want to read his thing. Oh man, I gotta get my pillow because then I'm really gonna be in pain. Delaney was here. Hey, Delaney. KKK, evil A. I go over and say my soulmate is incoming. Can you tell me? I'll find out for you. Depending on what you put. Aaliyah was here. S was here. S. Oh, your fit. All your wishes. All right. Happy Father's Day. All right. So let me go. What did he? What did he say? All right. He's gone, right? Okay, Rachel, you're next. I was before him. Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. All right. Let me replace it. I'll be back. Give me 2 minutes, and I'll be back. And then as that, I'm gonna talk a bit about white people that love us hurt us. Why? What? Why? This is why I urge you as less toxic low because I want you guys to have a low toxic life. That's my main goal. Low tox life. All right, and that's gonna be one of the most powerful things. So you could teach other people. All right. I mean, yeah, we like the drama, we like the chaos. We're made from both chaos and we made from the explosions way before stellar explosions and all that. I get it, but at some point, man, like we got to be careful with what we put in our cause subconsciously, right? So be mindful. I'll be right with you, and then I'm gonna go with Rachel, and then if nobody else comes in, hey, I've been here an hour and I'm gonna leave, and I appreciate you guys. All right. A lot of times I don't get to get everything out that I want, but hey, this is the opportunity here, and then I'm gonna finish with direct communication. Why is it important? I'll be right back. I'm gonna tap into. Let me get your energy ready. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give you what's the tea. Put the romance there, and then I'm gonna leave everybody with the angels. I want everybody to get an angels of abundance and continue to express that gratitude. Hold it in your heart. Hold that feeling. Hold that thought, that person. And imagine a soft moonlight. Breathe, inhale, root. Feel the roots growing from your feet to the ground. You can actually feel it. Let me get my pillow. What is it? There you go. I gotta put some baby powder. Let me get my Gatorade. I'm better behind the scene. I'm better behind the scene. I'm better behind the scene. All right, let's go. Oh boy. Let me sip a little bit of my Powerade. What it was funny? You're next, Smiley. He hasn't replied, and you're still waiting. That's Hope. You better come on, Hope. uh, that is the thing, and we understand. You know that hope. When you put hope and faith, of course, you know faith is the heart of holding on to things that your recent ones has accepted, right? In spite of your own changing moods. That's one thing. No matter how we feel, right? Let's go. Hey, the blue star. What's going on? I really do want to. I think, yeah, I want to talk about everything today, especially about our beautiful son. Uh, God gave us this beautiful son, its only son, that whoever believes in it, right, is in there. Is in there. You just got to decode it. Let's go ahead. Let's give you an outcome. All right. Let's see here. Let's go. I like that. Let's go. Let go and let God. It is you having a surrender, but still moving, right? Still taking action and moving in your life, but having a surrender that you're not gonna try to control the outcome, right? And that is for us is scary because it's like losing part of myself. Wow, I gotta surrender control. Yeah, stay steady. Your life moves, right? Follow your north star. There you go. I love that. One more. One more. You know, once love goes with you, once you know where you're going, it follows you, right? If not, fear, hate, anger, jealousy stays with you. So you got to be mindful. All right, let's go ahead. Smiley, and I'm gonna give you a fun and full of exposure. What's the T? Where's your person at? Rather, one more. Let me move up because I don't have. I'm using the other chair. And thank you. All right, let's go here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ten of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Swords in reverse. Wow, 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 wow. Ugh. They might come back to see what you got to say. All right. So you got the moment of healing, the container here. So what is your person actually doing right now? He's taking a break. All right. Whatever you was trying to do, it failed. All right. There was something that you did. All right, and it backfired. So no more of that. Whatever you did, the communication is not what you think it is. Right? They addicted. Yeah, yeah. It's too much. All right. I have actually, to really understand the Eight of Pentacle strategically, planning and organizing, the voting. So I'm gonna read down the. I have to. All right, we're gonna forget about all these swords because 4, 5, 10. But endings are always followed by new beginnings. All right, we know that. All the work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Exactly. We know that endings are all followed by new beginnings. Okay, so thank God that's done. All right, the misunderstandings, if you felt betrayed, self betrayal, you've basically but there's a limit of identity here. I always say that with the Ten of Swords. If you limit your identity to the 10, 4, 8 people around you, you limit it. Everything in your life starts becoming it feels like a curse. It feels like what's going on here, right? Because this is done. This side, this part, the communication. All right, there's a lot of, I don't know exactly why, because the Five of Swords, right? When we limit I want you to understand about limited identity. All right, that's all. Okay, don't limit your identity to just one person. When it comes to love, right? Love, that person shouldn't just take up that much space in your mind. All right. So we need direction here, right? This is leaving. I was emotionally invested, but there's something about your person that I don't know. Somebody's scared of responsibility. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Look at all these swords. Look at that. All right. Anyway, we're gonna leave it there. All right. Oh boy. But the good thing about it, when you get this, and then this is gonna lead me into white hurt people, uh, white people that's supposed to love us. All right. Why they hurt us, because we want to know that. All right. And when we understand the Eight of Pentacles a little bit better, because I'm gonna explain that whole card. Yeah, it's time to step into that energy because this is your energy. This is how your energy becomes alive. All right, this is your spirit having a human experience here. All right, this is where the reality. All right, love, not lust. Exactly. All right. So I'm gonna go explain a little bit about people often hurt the ones they love, not because they love less, but it's not because of that. Because we could say, oh, we fall in love. When we look at the devil card, somebody that's lust and they fall in love with beauty, with the with the material side, with the physical. All right, people fall in love with the physical first. Attraction, emotion gives a lot of attraction at the end of the day. All right, it does. When you get emotion, get an attraction. If you don't get emotion, you don't get nothing. You don't get no attraction. All right, but it's in the eye. It's in the eye. What I see, I want. All right, and we start to live life that way. Unfortunately, that's what happens. But if they're not interested in you, they're just not interested in you, right? Because love is the fire, okay? Emotion is just that spark, right? You understand that? But anyway, people often hurt the ones they love, not because they love them less, but because close relationships bring out our deepest fears. Our deep listen, it once you start understanding, it happens to you, it happens to me. We're not aware of it though. We're not aware of it. We are not aware of it at all because fear is your alarm system. Fear warns and it keeps you safe, just like anger. Sometimes anger protects you. All right, and it's hard to understand that because we get so caught up having all these big emotions. What if if they don't choose me? It's easier to pull some money down than to do the work to exactly. I love that. All right, and so what you got to understand, and this is when we look into the because I study psychology and I understand this called not only spiritually but more psychologically to go down really deep down into the we got to go down beneath, all right, the currents, like what's happening, why, because we want to understand people, right? We want to communicate and in a healthy way. We want to have a low tox lifestyle, period, all right, as much as we can because it brings out our deepest fears, wounds, and expectations, and our vulnerabilities. All right. Even if we think we're trying to get away with something, we're not. This is just the way they cope. I mean, and this is one of the things about tarot. The tarot system is built around consequences, choices, and of course, the law of cause and effect. And so we got to understand some things. And of course, the first law, the law of unity. All right, how we all connected, the lower vibration, everything has a higher vibration, everything has its own unique vibrational frequency. But anyway, at the end of the day, all right, some reasons, like I said, is mostly likely than not is vulnerability. All right, and love requires openness. All right, and I'm going to talk a little bit about emotion. Stars shine brighter in the dark. Exactly, we need darkness to see them. Exactly. So love requires openness, and then when we look at emotion, it's loud, it's immediate. Emotion creates, right, attraction. Emotion pulls you towards somebody, right, and emotion does, it gives you color, right. Love gives you structure, and love is subtle, accumulative, all right, and love is what stays lit, and love, it says, what am I willing to build, right, to protect and build, and love holds you there. Love creates safety, right, when you look at this card. And so and healthy relationships don't kill emotion, okay. But the only thing I can say to you, can you really 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 love deeply without strong emotions every day, all right. And so just think about that. Emotion without love is feeling deeply, but I can show up, right? Emotion reacts, but love responds. All right. So when somebody shows up without fanfare, that's love. Emotion always gonna ask you, how does this make me feel? All right. So when we understand that love requires openness, all right, and some people react by pulling away, becoming defensive, or they lash out. I see it here. My heart and mind coherence. Exactly. I talk about that here. All right. I talk a lot about how your heart and mind have to be in the same place, have to be aligned. All right. I'm in balance, in alignment. Okay, we get in alignment. All right, but anyway, let me continue on with the unhealed emotional wounds. All hurts from childhood, past relationships or disappointments can get triggered in intimate relationships. taking loved ones for granted. People may assure their loved ones will forgive them and stay. All right. That's why a lot of people they assume, they're gonna stay with me. They're not leaving me. All right. And that leads them to careless behavior. What I see here was poor communication skills. All right. Instead of expressing my needs, my fears, or frustrations, because it's all here. I don't want to keep. I don't even want to look at this. I can't even look at. Look. All right. I can't even look at this. Look. Look. I can't even look at this. Look. I can't. I'm not even gonna look at this. I can't even look at it. All right, enough of that, sweetie. Enough. Enough. All right. Poor communication skills. All right. Instead of expressing my needs, my fears, or frustrations directly, they may act out through criticism, anger, or withdrawal. There's fears of loss, abandonment, but ironically, some people sabotage relationships because they are afraid of being hurt first. I'm afraid of being hurt first. Okay? All right, I gotta remove I gotta remove it. Uh, I will never get finished. All right, that was enough of that. 24 hour. You can go on another get another page and come back in. Rachel, I'll be right with you. I'm still reading the hurt, and then I want to discuss this card as I begin, and I'm going to use another deck because I really want you to understand what this card is saying to you. All right, because this isn't about alignment. All right, and healthy relationships. Relationships are in a lot of relationships. This card is not saying what you think it is. All right, it's just basically to some extent, right? But anyway, we sabotage relationships because they are afraid of being hurt first. Stress and emotional overload. When we overwhelm people, sometimes they direct frustrations towards the closest ones to them. All right, and then you stay there and take it. All right. A lot of times it's unmet needs. All right. Resentment, feelings aren't discussed, and those feelings can build up and emerge in hurtful ways. All right. So, from a relationship growth perspective, I want you to start understanding things here. Love doesn't automatically teach. It doesn't teach healthy behavior. It doesn't teach you. Love does not teach you, right? Because there are emotions there, and emotion is different than love. And a lot of people, it's not until they get confused by love. All right. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Freeland. Hi, Miss Freeland. All right. So anyway, love doesn't automatically teach healthy behavior. A person can genuinely care about someone and still have habits, fears, and wounds that cause pain. All right? And remember that they have them and you have them too. All right? You have them. All right? So the healthier path is learning to take responsibility for actions, communicate honestly, respect boundaries, repair harm when it occurs, work on personal healing rather than expecting love alone to fix old wounds. And once you know, okay? And so there you go. And that's why I hurt people from a psychological perspective, all right? And understanding about commitment, basically, because, all right, when you commit to somebody, long life relationships, and why are you committing, Are you ready to share my resources? All right. How are we going to do it when a conflict arises, right? Because it is. All right. It's part of the human psyche. All right. And so to understand a little bit of the Eight of Pentacle, because when it comes to love, all right, love requires conscious work and development. Love is crafted. All right. Love is a craft that requires practice, attention, and daily care. All right. This is not a usually chaotic head over heels. I care enough to keep working on this. All right. Love is maintained through intentional effort and practice. All right. So when you look at these cards, strong relationships are crafted. They're not accidentally created. All right. The more you learn, and the more when you watch tarot, and if you decide to do tarot, you buy your own deck. You reflect. Basically what we're doing, we're taking the card and we're gonna reflect on it. All right. And you're going to do automatic writing. You're going to know how to tap into your subconscious. From there, you tap into your intuition and you pay attention to that, to your instinct. So we got instinct and we got intuition, okay? It's basically the same thing operating at different times, all right? So your instinct is all about your animal, your survival, and your intuition about it's the path, your soul, your emotions. Very different, right? We got conscious, subconscious, unconscious energy. All right, so I'll talk a little bit more about this card. Let me go ahead with your question. So just try to learn a little bit, just a little bit each day. I guarantee you, one time you get your own deck, you start reflecting and you start to understand it. So one of the cards that I'm gonna give you an example is how to reflect here with the Fool. We're gonna start with the first card. When you get the Fool, you know it's telling you something. Okay, you know it. You know the Fool's telling you something, and that's the first card that I am gonna give the first example. I'm saving this mostly for the channel members, and how to reflect with each card. So you're gonna just learn because it tells you all of, so then you could have and create more balance in your life. All right, it's not ignoring other parts, and that love doesn't have to consume you. All right, uh, love needs space. Love. One thing about love, it can be tame. It's an incredible force, and it affects us different. All right. Let's go ahead. Who was before Rachel? Rachel, go ahead with your question again, Rachel. I wanted to say that with a strategic investment in growth, investing for long-term growth there. All right, like buying a course that increases income, investing in your future self. The Eight of Pentacles strategic spending, focus on skill building, mastery, growth, money, energy, investing in tools, education, and resources that improve your craft or career. Spend to grow, not just to consume. Pay for that course. Do something for yourself. Is what it's trying to basically tell you at the same time. All right. Is she here or she left? She left? All right, Stacy. Stacy, you're here? All right. What? Oh, okay. Rachel, all right, you're here. What is the energy with me and Dan? What are his honest thoughts? I like that. All right, we're going into the feeling mind. All right. Oh, I think I'm stuck here. Let me move up a little bit. Let me move this over because I have my set up. I had to change my whole setup. I didn't bring it. Which one is this one? I'm gonna keep that one there because I want to keep talking about the Eight of Pentacles. All right, in all its form. All right, and understand the alignment and how to really. So let's see his thoughts here. All right, that's all you want. His honest thoughts, honestly. All right, or are they being honest with the way they say whatever they saying to you, right, Rach? Let's see here. Mm-hmm. The energy is so quiet. The energy is so quiet. I don't know yet. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. All right. So the Eight of Swords is in this form. In this form, I could tell you kind of but you know this already. That's why something is quiet. So are you surrendering? They want you to surrender to them. So when it comes to surrendering and try to stop controlling outcomes, right? We could say to ourselves, well, I could still move and I could still take actions, right? So they keeping you from saying, come on, no, 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 no. All right. So are they keeping you from seeing other people? All right. Because I don't know, you understand this card different. He's away for work, but he lives with you. Your person lives with you. This doesn't mean that it's over. This means that there's the dynamic of the relationship. Yeah, the dynamic. Okay, but I feel like they surrender because this is a surrender card. There's a lot of structure here, but there's a lot of I don't know if they missing something, the physical part. All right, there's something that you know. I think that there's something that you know. All right. But I don't know if you feel like if you say something, you're going to mess something up because somebody has an emotional, this is like an emotional structure, it's a setup that they have. All right, because this is about the grass is greener kind of. I want to move away. Somebody wants to move away. Somebody wants to travel. Somebody wants to do something, but it's like I can't do it, or I want to do so many things because this is about my imagination. All right, this is creating in other realms possibilities. All right, so it's different. All right. So exactly what this that's what is weird. All right. But these cards always this one always leads to fantasy and idealizing, all right? And using the imagination, you understand? Or letting your imagination. I try to plan, but I don't think yeah, because if I want to go, it's like if I say I want to do something, but if I say it because somebody has something set up already. Somebody has you got your plans and they got somebody got their plans. And if I do something, it's gonna mess something up here because somebody wants to do a lot of things. You understand? But not he doesn't plan. Okay. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna. This is weird because death is not about. It's about transformation. It's about changing the dynamic of the relationship. All right. How do you change the dynamic? He wants to travel because somebody wants to do a lot of things, but there's not enough time. All right. This energy is all about surrender. All right. So whatever this is, you can move around this. All right. But they use this card for gaslighting. I don't really entertain that here because I'm trying to get you to a high level of awareness. All right. I want you to tap into the highest vibrational frequencies of the you. Like you got to tap all the way in. I want you to expand. But when we build a lot of structure, all right, emotional structure with no purpose, right? We feel trapped. We feel trapped. So there's something that you have to do here. All right. There's something that you want to do something too, but I don't know if you do it, can you do it with him? All right. Because death is the physical part of the relationship. All right. It's over. It could be. All right. Because this is about potential, what it could be. Imagining what it could be instead of what they are right now in the moment. You understand me? So the Three of Cups is it gives me two things. All right, but I didn't get no money. I didn't get no pentacles for me that would have been here, but then this one gives me. What you got is the Five of Wands. All right, and then you got the King of Swords here. All right, and then you got the Three of Swords in reverse. So no. All right. So they're not being honest about I don't know what. I don't know if it's the physical. They might want to do things. All right. They might want to do things, but I don't know if they. I don't know. Like the submissive. You understand when we're very submissive, like role playing. This is really complicated because different parts of you. See one thing about the Five of Wands. Different parts of your like your chemistry, your body, your mind, different parts of you want different things at different times. All right, and these are operating, and this is what's being is giving you a lot of conflict here because different you want one thing, you want certain things at a certain times, and they have or the schedule is not even there, something like that, which is might causing you this kind of worry or anxiety. I don't use those words. I don't use anxiety. You never really hear me talk about anxiety, worry, depression. I don't use none of those words here because it's just not something I try to teach in a different way so you can understand the more practical approach, if you could say, because you don't want to harden too much and you don't want to get caught up in fantasy. All right, because the mind could trick you into believing things that are not really there. All right. So sometimes when we feel trapped in a connection or we feel like we can do certain things or act like being too good all the time, All right. But I don't know if it's even religion at the end of the day. This card is all about transformations, evolution. All right. In order for me to change this, I got to evolve with the person. So you'll be able, because when we talk about when it comes to love anyway, you stop accepting less than you deserve. You communicate in state of testing. You value peace over drama. You recognize red flags, right? All right. You don't chase chaos for chemistry anymore. You understand me? It seems some of the things I want in my life, I'm not happy with him, and I'm afraid of it. Might what I want in life might it happen with him or might I don't know, because I want a big life. I want excitement. I want a lot of things, but there's the shadow here. There's something that is not dealt with. All right. We got K. I mean, when we look at this card, we look at when we experience life through contrast. All right, and we look at the differences. All right, that's how we experience life through patterns. We recognize things, right? But when we look at this, we look at stability and versus passion. All right, is there stability? All right, versus the passion of it. The passion of it is electrical. It's like fireworks and boom. But if this is giving you stability, right? Like it's something here. I don't know. You live with this person? Wow. So anyway, so we got Greek chaos and a lot of temptation there. You understand me? With this according with this energy. All right. I don't even know, even if it's the person's status. You understand? Oh, I knew it because I'm like, wait a minute. All right. So he moved. He's moving. All right, because this is like a moving card. This is saying, I don't know. It's about competition and proving here, if anything. Okay, but you should just be the only competition. So if you ask me what is my person doing, or at the end of the day, what's going on with the person, and when we get that Three of Cups, it's a very complicated energy. When we meet up to the Three of Cups, because it is a card of third party. We recognize it like that. He lives in on boats. Oh, okay. What we want to see the Three of Cups, because then the Three of Cups is going to lead you to the Four Cups. All right. So this Three of Cups, all right, it leads you to the Four of Cups. Eventually, it has to, because this energy, when it comes to connections, all right, is nourishing my heart. Is something nourishing your heart, or is it draining it? All right, because what the person, or this could go both ways. Somebody's withdrawing, dealing with social complications, processing feelings. We got to look at the dynamics. Unhealthy group dynamics. They I don't know, they're going from belonging to groups and things like that. So there's a lot here. Let me see about me and Laura. Hey, hey, Trefty. All right. So when the Three of Cups, somebody struggles here with social or emotional connections. All right. Or maybe an emotion. Somebody's pulling you away from something here. I don't know exactly what it is. All right. Because at the end of the day, I'm avoiding celebrations or opportunities to connect. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Or misunderstandings, overindulging in socializing or partying to escape. All right. There's a lot here. A lot of times they show me too much. All right. So when do we see this? And how long you been dealing with this? Wow. All right. Man, this energy got me telling. Let me go get me what's my Gatorade? One thing about the Justice card, Justice breaks up the threes, because it has to be equal balance, right? And it's like a cosmic, and I didn't get it here. I thought I was gonna get the 11th. Man, this gave me a headache. I'm sorry. I'm gonna. When you're in a relationship with somebody and you surrender, somebody got to be, listen, because that's what it feels like. You with them, you surrender to them, you're submissive, I guess, but they have to earn your surrender, kind of. You know what I mean? So what makes you feel trapped? What makes you feel like you can't move? What makes you feel like you can't do things? It's like I'm waiting to be rescued. You know what I mean? That you. That's not you, right? I want somebody around me that's nourishing my heart instead of draining, because a lot of times that acts as that, especially that Three of Cups, right? Because if I'm turning down parties, no more troubles, things that I was attracted to, things like that. All right. There's a lot there. I don't know if that's what they doing, if they going out, hanging out, partying, or they got you in a third party, they lying to you. I don't know exactly. But the question that you asked me, are they honest? Are they thoughts honest? No, they're not. All right. I feel like your person has this image that he thinks basically something else is better somewhere else at the same time. All right. I know that you don't want to hear that, but when I get that energy, that's where it goes. Sometimes I gotta step back and really, really look at it. Uh because it doesn't mean that doesn't mean the relationship must end, but it does suggest that something in the dynamic needs to change for a healthier growth. So a healthier growth can occur here. All right, you have to set something new here. All right, what pattern keeps repeating pain, and what healthier behavior could replace that? All right, a lot of I mean that's like the for me, I always get that, and that's the grass is greener opportunities. So be careful here. Um, because a lot of times love beyond appearances determine whether you are being called to authentic growth or simply distracted by the illusions here. All right, you got to be careful. you know a lot of times we get distracted by the illusions that fulfillment exists somewhere else, and or another path that looks better from a distance may not have it has its own challenges. You understand? So appreciate what you already have. Have a conversation. There may be value, blessings, and opportunities in your current situation that you're overlooking. Explore your desires honestly, and if you're feeling down, right? Uh, if you're feeling drawn somewhere else, basically, ask yourself what specific need isn't being met, and where are you? You understand me? All right, I'm gonna leave that alone. Every time I get that Seven of Cups, what is awakening in you? What are my desires? Pay attention what your heart and soul and your spirit truly wants. All right, acknowledge what you generally desire. What your intentions. Allow yourself to pursue what inspires you, what energizes you. All right, and so what is pointing you to growth and fulfillment there. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. Oh my God, I gotta go. Somebody else has a question. Come on in. All my best to you. Let me see. Did he come in? Can I tie them in? Can I tie them in the bowl? Here you go on your shoulder like a content. Um, Let me see. You're welcome, Rachel. I'm sorry that you're going through that. So get straight to the point with your person. All right, communicate and stay clear. Honest and effective communication. You can benefit from that. It's going to save you a lot of time at the end of the day, and he's going to understand your message faster. It's going to be if you're confused by something, right? When once you communicate directly, what are your wants, what are your not expectations, your standards are going to show anyway, and so you take it from there, right? And above all, place your faith in your beliefs. Let me get back to the eight of. Nobody else has a question, so I can get to the eight of pentacles. Nobody else has a question. That's it. We're done. Let me see. Well, let me talk about the Fool a little bit, and then I am out of here. Let's go to the Fool, and what is the Fool telling you as far as reflective energy is concerned? But let's see what other energy shows up here, because the Eight of Pentacles, when it comes to couples and relationship, a card, of course, is a card of effort, dedication, and learning, and building love carefully over time. It's not a 1, 2, 3. Okay, it doesn't happen like that. We all want it to be, because of hope. Okay, because of hope. Hope is the foundation of everything. Okay, and when we build carefully over time, when two people are working, it's not like you're working on it by yourself, right? So if you put in most of the effort, this is when you really gotta have the conversation, right? Uh, you gotta take relationships serious. Love is being shown through actions. All right. More than dramatic words. So if you're trying to improve communication, right? Let me see what card shows up. The Knight of Swords. Okay, this is and the Eight of Cups here in relationship dynamics. Okay, the Hierophant in reverse. All right, so we want to move. We want to know now. I want to know now. But anyway, let me go and talk about the Fool. Let me get him. Let's see that the Fool don't want to come out. And when when a person keeps showing up and doing the work together. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. All right. Strong relationships are crafted and accidentally created. And of course, you understand astrologically the energy, careful attention to detail improvements, and the dedication. It goes to, of course, the wonderful sign of Virgo. All right. I care enough to keep showing up, and I'm doing the work. Okay. Learning how to love each other better, building a future slowly, supporting each other's goals. That's what you want to see. Daily acts of devotion, practicing healthier habits and love, going to counseling or healing, right? And on the healthy side of that card, anyways, loyalty, reliability, teamwork, emotional growth, and mutual improvements and respect for the relationship. Let me see if the Queen of Swords, expectations, the Death card. Let me find the. So we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. We got a Capricorn here. We got a Libra in the house. We got Queens and Kings. We got a Virgo, a Leo. Who else is here? A Scorpio. But the Fool. I want the first card that I'm gonna. There you go. There you go. And what is the Fool telling you? He's a connection with, of course, Aries, first house, learning life through on my own, doing things on my own, taking risks. But he's also the elemental air with Uranus, right? Because it's all about innovation. You have to have some skills, right? We come in with these skills. When we look at the letter O, that's our connection. That understands that everything's connected in the virtual circle of life, right? And so and you're gonna do this basically in three. When you look at the Fool, let me put it a little closer. So when you look at the Fool, you're going to learn how to practice. You're gonna start with an affirmation. You're gonna start with an affirmation. All right. I trust life's unfolding. I release fear of the unknown, and I welcome new possibilities with wisdom. Okay, this is how you reflect when you see this card. So I believe that everybody should have a tarot deck, or at least try to get one. So every time that you pull a card, and then you start going subconsciously, and you start writing the first thing that comes to your mind, because then you could do this for like a whole year, and then you could go back what you was thinking then, you're conscious, versus what you're not, because you're gonna increase your potentiality. You're gonna increase your awareness. All right, you're gonna anchor it. You're not gonna empty your mind. All right. So of course, the Fool, like I said, is associated with air and the energy of sudden inspiration and freedom. Hey, hi, wow, how you been? All right, because the Fool is about being more authentic. All right. So the reflection with this card is, where is life inviting me to become more authentic, to be more spontaneous and alive. All right. And of course, I love it because it speaks of Orion's belt, the belt that's around here. All right, the prime creator source, and the devotion of the card. So we look at our human intelligence and our animal instincts, right? And so we all are part of the. Let me see. I have been great. I hope all is well. All is well, sweetie. How are you? How are you, my queen? All right. So of course, you guys know the Fool card is a new beginnings, openness, trust, and stepping into the unknown. And so reflection with the Fool is less about analyzing the past. You cannot analyze the past. Yeah, we go back to the past. Can you forgive and still remember? Absolutely. This is contrast. All right. Can you hold both these opposites at the same time without collapsing? All right. So it's less about analyzing the past and more about examining your relationships with possibility. All right. Risk and faith. All right. So when you try reflection, you ask yourself questions. All right. When you get this card, where am I being called to begin again? Where are you being called to begin again? What am I curious about? But I'm afraid to explore. Am I taking a healthy leap of faith, or am I avoiding necessary preparation? What assumptions can I release to see life with fresh eyes? Where has overthinking prevented me from moving forward? What would I do if I trusted myself more? Okay. And the last one, am I carrying baggage that food would leave behind? These are the questions that you ask when you start to reflect on this uh, card. And each card I'm going to come here. You get it, that, and then you get a gratitude. All right. You do gratitude, you do an affirmation, you start asking yourself these questions and you start reflecting. Because at the end of the day, it's a reflective tool. All right. You using the tarot as a tool because it is a tool. And at the end of the day, when you do a simple meditation, you sit quietly for a few minutes. You imagine yourself standing at the edge of a new path. You notice what you are carrying in your backpack. All right. And then you ask yourself, what do I need to take with me? And what can I leave behind? And then you visualize taking one confident step forward. All right. Hashtag full new beginnings, leap of faith, trust the process, spiritual journey, fresh start, fresh eyes, begin again, soul growth, inspiration is all there. All of a sudden, out of out with the old, in with the new kind of energy, freedom, authenticity, spontaneity. All right, alive and free, divine timing, and following your path is what it's all about. Can I be next? Hey, Vanderbilt, go ahead, because I was about to leave, but somebody came in. All right, so yeah, the food is all about experience, having an experiencing things for the first time. All right, trying a brand new cuisine, ordering something you never had before, eating intuitively instead of routine, traveling and tasting local street food, starting a new diet without over researching, light simple meals, nothing heavy or over structurally, right? But the shadow side is impulsive eating, not planning, skipping meals, and ignoring consequences. So it has this, of course, it's polar, all right? So the food doesn't overthink nutrition, labels, like let's try and let's see, all right? So the polarity between is freedom and responsibility, faith and preparation, adventure and stability, polarity wise, the fool is wise, okay? So anyway, so have you done it before, right? Because he could be naive, reckless, and avoiding responsibility and chasing novelty without follow through. All right, so just be mindful. That's all. He's just teaching you to be mindful. All right. And so when you got that six, what came out, the swords? All right. Taking leaps of faith without guarantees, following intuition over logic. A fool person is one that's always adventurous, open minded, and curious, a youthful spirit and optimistic, right? And again, the only reason I'm talking about this because curiosity, when it comes to hope and willingness to try again, love and optimism, because it does really sit at the center of the most optimistic human emotions, not the idealized version of love that ignores reality, but the kind that still chooses openness even after disappointment It's that feeling that says something good can still happen here, even when there's no guarantee. And that's what optimism, okay? Because optimism without love can become just wishful thinking. But love gives you optimism roots, all right? And it becomes trust and connection and possibility and in growth and repair. All right, that's why even the smallest acts of care can feel so powerful. They quietly reset how we interpret the world. When love is present, the mind tends to soften its grip on fear, not because fear disappears, but because something else becomes louder. All right, so take that leap of faith. But if you did it already, not. All right, will I become a good lawyer? Oh, I like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go ahead. All right. The metaphoric expression that the fool, all right, they might say, no, your request is not met. Like if you show up somewhere, right, and it was not ready for you, all right, because they are thoughtful and acts of kindness and serving to others that decide to make the world a better place, being authentic, innocence, very popular, all right. I got the Six of Swords. I mean the Seven of Swords. All right. So you are. What are you doing? You're planning. Are you planning right now? You studying? Don't cut corners. All right. The Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords right now popped up. All right. Are you taking free courses? All right. Yes, you will become very successful. The Emperor. Wow. The Wheel of Fortune. Another great card to see. And the Four of Cups. All right. All right. So you handling difficulties right now. What's going on here? Because the Five of Swords is like a third year. All right. Yeah. So how many years you got? One left or 10? No. How many years you got? Because we got the 10 card 4. So we got 2 4. All right. So don't get too. Look, the only thing that's telling me, loosen your control. Loosen your control on the outcome. You're gonna be. Are you testing again? So yeah. But don't take no shortcuts. Loosen your control. What else? Because this got a lot of structure. There's a lot of discipline. Oh, you got one left to go with this one. Oh, okay, good. Yeah. So loosen your control. You got here a beautiful card because this is about divine timing, right? So everything's gonna fall exactly in its right place. So what they're asking you, don't cling to the highs when it's really high. Don't worry about the lows. I don't know if you feel like you've been studying a lot here, right? Because you're missing a lot of don't worry about going out, all right? Because do you go out a lot? Because I'm not impressed by a lot of things. I'm turning down parties, blah 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 blah. All that stuff that comes that you was doing before. You're not doing that stuff no more. All right, because he's serious. He's really serious. He's emotionally guarded. All right. He's not letting a lot of people in, and he could become rigid and stuck. So you just be mindful of that. All right. When we have too much structure, all right, loosen my yeah, and not take shortcut. This is noted. All right. Just loosen your control. It doesn't have to be so serious. This is one thing about when we're doing. Just go with the flow. Stay steady. You stay steady while the life is things are gonna move. Right. You know the wheel brings unexpected. Yeah, you don't party anymore. You turning down things that you actually you find things repulsive. Things that once you did, that's what the 4 cups is like. So your future looks amazing. Okay, success is there. You got human intelligence. There's riddles. Be mindful of there could be tests that come up that might be sneaky. So make sure that you prepare, all right? Because he's very serious about his future. He leads with confidence. He's a very initiative. He knows a lot of things. All right. He got the Ankh there, and the Ankh is ancient knowledge. All right. There's ancient wisdom in you. And when we look at the sphinxes there could be some tests that come up that might be riddle. Because remember, she's riddle me this and riddle me that, blah 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 blah. You understand? So be mindful of that. You got the snake and you got the little dragon there, or the little nymph there, going 1, 2, 3, whether you are down here trying to fight. Like there's gonna be something in 3 is gonna show up. All right, but at the end of the day, we look at this is written in when you look at the book of life or written ancient written or something is already written. You did this already, or whatever it is, it comes to you quick. All right. Even these riddles at the end of the day. So remember that we're not in control. All right. We study our lives. And so yeah. So you study your life while things continue to move. All right. But you will be successful because one thing I like about it, this is about higher learning, higher mind. When we look at Jupiter's energy, it gives you that it touches, it expands whatever it touches, even your mind, right? And so Jupiter, I think, is still in Cancer, all right, in that fourth house, and then this has to do with family, home. So learning how to deal with those dynamics, and just it's a good time. All right, what can you really say about Jupiter's energy when it enhances? It make things lucky in love. I'm feeling lucky. It's not luck. You work for this, right? This is written already in your book of life, right? A lot of times we leave our book of life to go help other people, right? This is already written. Okay, so because you come with this already. This is not, once you learn, you come like this. We so ancient. We so ancient. Oh. Anyway, trust in the time and cycles. All right, I know people don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. We're ancient. Your soul chose this human life. All right, your soul, which is here, which is the element. All right, elemental beings. When you look at this, you look at the elemental beings, and who are these gods or elemental beings or high vibrational beings that are in charge of the wheel or of the universe, right? Like our gods. All right, you're like a god. All right, help, yeah. All right, so whatever you want to do there, because this cycles, they shift, and the key here is adaptability, let go of control. This card can trust the flow and just ease up. All right, what is with you, it aligns naturally. All right, and so that's it. All right, this is your destiny. All right, this is fated, and this is in your DNA. I will bring out the whole energy. I will bring out the whole energy of the, but I don't think I got that time. All right, so there is the life for today. I hope you guys enjoyed and understand that real relationships not only respect mutual improvement, but we gotta understand they're not crafted. All right, they're not crafted by accident. They're created, right? We got to take our time and do the work, right? We got to show up enough. If a person shows up and they care about you, when you see that Eight of Pentacles, but if you're putting all the effort in, then you already know, because it leads to the Nine of Pentacles. Then you wind up alone, all right? And so you got to be careful, especially when it comes to your money, all right? You want to have the kind of money that you can use directly to support your growth, your goals, and long-term plans, right? It is purpose. It is a purposeful, not impulsive, and indirectly kind of use. All right, and good luck to you. Your future looks amazing, by the way. All right, and so yeah, it's not like when we see the Three of Cups, social spending, party celebrations, going out with friends, money spending for joy, connection, or the devil, impulse, or unhealthy spending, lottery tickets, junk food, eating out, cigarettes, beer, liquor, drugs, cannabis, sex, sexy clothes, overspending on addictions, drama, energy. I know I shouldn't, but I will. All right. So the pentacles are, of course, in the real, how you affected in real time. All right. So no, nobody wants to hear that. No, they don't want to hear that. No, if I change it, or if I see it, then I have to change it. Yeah, at some point, you're gonna have to change your high toxic. All right. At some point, you gotta be like, damn, man, I can't keep smoking this weed and popping these pills and drinking this alcohol and sexing up without a condom. At some point, you got to tell yourself, damn, I want better. All right? I know I shouldn't, but I will. When you get a Three of Cups, that's what I see. That's why sometimes it's really hard for me to go in, really, really in. But at the end of the life, I go in. Right? When we look at reconciliation with the Eight of Pentacles, there's so genuine willingness to work on the connection instead of repeating old patterns. That is one of the best cards for rebuilding. That is one of the best cards for rebuilding because its focus is on effort, accountability, consistency, and improvement, in emotional maturity through action. All right. So one of the best ways to reflect is ought to be with the Eight of Pentacles. I'm gonna bring that tomorrow. But when we look at the Three of Cups, man, we gotta just. This is why when the Justice steps in, it says enough of this. There's no balance here. You tired? Ain't you tired already? And if it's not that, it's family. It's family, it's friends. We don't date people because they family. Their family got to say this. People are so scared. Listen, we're not here for long. We just passing through. In 100 years, nobody's even gonna know your name. We gotta just listen to this and listen to that. When they more effed up than anything else. We don't really do what we want to do and be healthy because we feel like oh well, I did it already. We'd rather just continue to inflict and more pain. But anyway, listen, try your best, commit to a healthier lifestyle, commit to doing something for you, add more value to your life. Understand that you're an incredible human. You're not just a human being, you're a human being with incredible, and I'm going to say it, with incredible powers. And when you start understanding your intelligence and the part of you in the system, you start doing better. When you get into a frequency, when you of course, you learn how to create a ripple that becomes a tidal wave, sending all energetic decree into the universe. Then your law of attraction will move the universe into that frequency. You could do something. You could emit a signal, and you could get on that frequency. You could set it really, really high. Remember that the moon's light is your seed, right? And when you understand the alchemical fire, a container that requires a fuel source, the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and the remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside of us. Each and every one of us has the potential to access this ancient knowledge that allows the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. So you gotta understand yourself. You're not just a human being. All right? And I will talk about the human being tomorrow's in tomorrow's life. I love you guys so much. And thank you so much. Okay? All right. Have a blessed day, guys. Bye bye.